All right, guys. Well, I recorded a really delightful video for you about 45 minutes ago, but then I realized that I had my earphones on, so none of the audio came through. And so then just scrambling around, and now it's 2:30, and some of you have been here in the room, hopefully plugging around, but it's I had to. This definitely has to get postponed. Maybe we could play it around tomorrow. I am going to be doing a video sort of behind the scenes of how I'm doing what I'm doing and the kinks that I've ran into. So that will be interesting to see. Just let's see here if I do get new info. Let's see if anybody has joined us. Oh, so it updates. So there's all kinds of kinks. I'm on the phone, please. There's all kinds of kinks about what has needed to be, or what changes we need to make here. I've added some things to sort of reclaim some real estate that you'll see as you're moving forward. But let me just show you sort of how this works. So if we log in here, this is what you see if you're This is what you see if you're logged in. If you're not logged in, you have to log in. So I go like this. Let's just say David, and your ID will automatically show up here. And then you click enter. And then what is happening sort of behind the scenes, you won't see any of these pop-up boxes, but it's adding you to the database, and then it's basically creating an updated version for everybody else. So then you get added to their list as well. So this, you can see here, this is all just sort of insider stuff for me when I've been trying to debug some things. But then you come here and you decide what kind of items you want to take into the wilderness. You can look at the different combinations. Now that I've accomplished most of I've overcome most of the hurdles in terms of getting the online connection. I'll just focus on these things here. So you can see here that if you have bow and arrow, you have attack defense. If you have animal repellent or insect repellent, you have insect defense. And these things come in handy when you run into these dangers or opportunities. And if you want to see what these things are, you click on them, right? And here, this should start to be more developed, where it says you will lose 20 energy points or 200 energy points if you do not have this combination. If you do have this combination, then you might be able to collect some wood or whatever. So this will become more developed. I think we've overcome a lot of hurdles today. I know it looks goofy here today, but it's overcome a lot of hurdles in terms of being able to communicate with each other online. And then these actions you'll be able to take here. I don't know if I click on that. Okay, so if I click on this, I forage for food. It costs me 10 energy points. I'll be able to get food, variety of things. So these will all be developed, and then when you do that in the game, depending on where you are on the game board, actually I should go back there. Depending on where you are on the game board, you will be able to do these. So let's just add our items here. Just one thing I'll show you is that if I click, where's bow and arrow? If I click arrow and bow, look right here. These are the combinations that you have based on your inventory. If I click on that, it sort of runs through the cycle and says, oh, I now have attack, defense, and hunting, okay? But it won't let me add more than 5 items, so let me just get away my strawberries. It says number of items in your cart, and I'll get rid of my rope, and then I'll click update my inventory. This shows up here, but what it's just done, I think, does it alert me here? Hopefully. This might have been behind the scenes, okay? But what it just does is it updates an array on the server with these items. So now I don't just have just the information, but I have an instance of that item. So I have one version of wood, and this is important when we start to trade, okay? Because I might have 20 knives, right? But this is a way for us to deal with that. Okay, so no big deal, because we're not going to be doing trading here today anyway. All right, so I do that. I click Start Game. Now I'm here. I don't know how dynamic this is. You see I have my items right here, and I have these actions. These are not live. Well, actually, I think maybe they are. If I click, watch this. If I click Forage for Food, then what it does is it charges me some money or some energy points here, and then it looks to see how I do based on what kinds of items I have. And in this case, it gives me 20 units of food. And food is valuable for me because I can click eat here and I can restore my energy, okay? And energy is important, and every day that passes, your energy drops. Um, and water and all these things, these are going to have to be fleshed out a little bit too. Water gets drained every day, and if you run out of water, your energy starts to go down. We've actually played that out in a little greater detail in our the version of the game that is in person. Okay, so and then let's see what else. So you have these items, and then eventually, not eventually, hopefully by tomorrow, you will be able to trade. And how trading is going to work. Let's see what happens if I click Get New Info. So see, Levi, this is one of our students, and Levi is over here. And this thing will be out in terms of a map, so it'll be a little bit different. And as you go, so watch this. I'm going to move over, and so I can move over. Now, Levi may or may not be able to see me moving, because I think I did some things that I might need to correct. But let me show you here. Look what happened to my energy. All that moving around drains energy, okay? But it might be valuable for me to use my energy, because if I can get to this thing right here, which is a event that might be valuable, if I click on it, I run into Arctic cold weather, and I survive because I have the combination of warmth, okay? So these are different things that can happen. And I'll go here. Let's see. I find a flock of birds. Well, the theory here is that because I have hunting, this will automatically, see, I'm low on energy, but that will automatically give me food. It will add to my food. And it might even add some bone or some feathers to me that I can use in arrows or any of that kind of stuff. So all of it, what I was working on today was trying to get this movement piece and the food piece and whatever. And once I get close enough to Levi, I should be able to click on him and I can propose a trade. Okay, so that's how this whole game works. And I didn't get to where I wanted to get in terms of the development of it, but I'm hopeful that we can get there. If you click Help Get Started, you can watch this video as you're moving forward. And, I'm going to probably see what more I can do, but I'm going to also plan on just getting this thing. I think we should be able to get it so it's really, really rocking, maybe even as soon as tomorrow. And I'm going to do a video, as I said, I'm going to do a video tomorrow on how I did it sort of behind the scenes. All right, so sorry for any confusion, but there it is.